So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days at the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Sleep for days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Had the evil from my dreams followed me at my heels? How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer? did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together, east. Always. Into the east.
Good day. Oh, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutga Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive, then I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more. Akara is the rogue's high priestess. She sells the few magic items in her possession and can even heal your wounds. She is very wise and will help you if she can.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. Before our exile, Charcy, our blacksmith, could fashion any implement of war. Here in the camp, she merely makes stew. Her best tools remain within the monastery.
I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it. She turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. There is a place of great evil in the wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you. Greetings. To be honest, I have done my best to stay clear of Gede. He wears dishonesty about himself like a cloak, and seeks only to better his situation by preying on the misfortunes of others.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Andariel. I don't know why some of my sisters chose to follow Andariel. Those who strayed were among our finest warriors. The beasts from the cave have begun to roam throughout the countryside. You'd better be careful out there.
Good day to you, partner. I'm Gede, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. No, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty. Warriv was kind enough to let me travel with his caravan, but don't let him drag you into a search for a new eastern trade route. I'm making a fortune right here. Yeah, from the rogues, of course. You, on the other hand, always get my best prices. You're a brave soul. I'd sooner thrust my sacred scepter into the foulest carbuncular troll than set one boot into that cave.
Yes? One who seeks that cave seeks death.
Yes? The demons in that cave have claimed many of my finest archers. I wonder how you will fare.
They'll never see me coming.
Turn back. I can tell that you need more experience to fight safely in the next wilderness. Halt. You should complete Akara's quest before venturing further. Search for the den in the wilderness closer to camp.
So dark. Perfect. The rogue's test is done.
You have cleansed the den of evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. Your reward is training in the skill of your choice. The wilderness is overrun with evil, and the minions of hell have taken our rightful home. We must purge all evil from the monastery and restore order to the world.
My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her. Perhaps Tristram deserved its fate for letting evil loose upon the land. I only hope we don't suffer the same.
Good evening. Bloodraven fought valiantly against Diablo in the catacombs beneath Tristram. She was never quite the same afterwards. It is now obvious she brought an evil influence back with her.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Good evening. I'll gladly take you eastward, if you can drive the evil from the monastery. Then the rogues may reopen the pass through the mountains. How can one kill what is already dead?
Let's deal, my friend. Charcy is a fine girl. Oh, but she has no business savvy. I know she means well, but the prices she charges for weapons and armor will never earn her a profit. As long as I keep filling her mind with stories of adventure, she'll never catch on to the fact that I'm raking in gold hand over fist. I'm sorry. The undead are bad for trade. I have a strict no-return policy.
Good to see you. I don't know why some of my sisters chose to follow Andariel. Those who strayed were among our finest warriors. Bloodraven was the leader of a rogue band that once fought Diablo at Tristram.
Whose handiwork lies buried here?
Join my army of dead.
What I kill stays dead.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Bloodraven. Though she was once my closest friend, I pray that her tortured spirit remains banished forever. You have earned my respect, stranger, and the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
What can I do for you? Warreeve's all right, I guess. He seems too serious most of the time. I haven't really talked to him all that much.
May I help you? Andariel's demonic forces have taken up residence in the forest as well as the monastery. I won't be venturing out of the camp. So if you need anything, I'll be right here.
Good day. The fiery Kasha commands the rogue archers in battle. I've only spoken to her a few times, though. I get the feeling that she doesn't like outsiders very much.
I don't trust many Outlanders, but Warreeve seems fine. He never says much to me, though.
It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history and lore, who could advise us. His name is Deckard Cain. You must go to Tristram and find him, my friend. I pray that he still lives. Pasha has always been fiercely loyal, but I fear her anger and frustration over these recent events will lead her into harm's way. She is highly protective of the few rogues remaining under her command, and will not send them into combat unless there is dire need.
The bark of Inifus holds mystical runes. Akara can translate them into our revenge.
Months ago, I came across a few survivors from Tristram. They said that Cain had gone half-mad and could no longer distinguish fact from fantasy.
I would sooner micturate in a tankard of my own ale than journey to Tristram.
If you bring back the bark of Inifus, Akara will tell you how to get to Tristram.
Overburdened.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive. And her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising over the buried dungeons in that god-forsaken wilderness, a solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the clergy, although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature.
Greetings. The dangers there are not solely architectural. Once inside that wretched place, many succumb to a vile miasma. Pasha has always been fiercely loyal, but I fear her anger.
Yes? The tome speaks of treasure, yet all we have found are death, delirium, and disappointment.
Where can I take you? Rumors of treasure are no different from rumors of any other kind. They hold false promise to those who should know better.
Yes? The only wealth you're likely to find there is a wealth of vermin.
Greetings. That old tower is as rotten on the inside as it appears on the outside. I heard that several sisters came to a gruesome end when a stairwell collapsed on them.
translated the runes on this scroll. You must find the cairn stones and touch them in the order that I have written. Even though the corrupted ones were once of our order, you need not shy from slaying them, for they stand between you and Andariel. Perhaps when a demon queen is dead, our sisters will return to life, but more likely, they will be forever bound to their unholy pact.
Good evening. Before our exile, Charsi, our blacksmith, could fashion any
Tristram, first to fall to Diablo's wrath. Not enough mana.
Help!
Cain, go to the rogue camp.
As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, some time ago, Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days. Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof. He kept his distance from the rest of the townsfolk and seemed to lapse into a dark, brooding depression. I thought that perhaps his ordeal had been so disturbing that he simply could not put it out of his mind. The hero seemed more tormented every passing day. I remember he awoke many times, screaming in the night, always something about the East. One day he simply left, and shortly thereafter Tristram was attacked by legions of foul demons. Many were slain, and the demons left me to die in that cursed cage. I believe now that Tristram's hero was that dark wanderer who passed this way before the monastery fell. I fear even worse, my friend. I fear that Diablo has taken possession of the hero who sought to slay him. If true, Diablo will become more powerful than ever before. You must stop him, or all will be lost.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. For that we thank you. We must seek his counsel immediately. often dream of the day we reclaim our own. The sightless eye sees through the mist of time a great glory ahead. But how far ahead, the eye cannot discern.
Hello. Some evenings we gather at the bonfire to retell epic tales and try to forget about the terrible events that led to losing the monastery.
Good evening. Gede is a wandering merchant of questionable character who is traveling along with my caravan to the east. He will buy and sell most anything. He's greedy, but his wares are beyond reproach. I would suggest keeping both eyes open when you deal with him.
Good. When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Herodric Malice, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment. Oh, I like Gede. He's very funny. He has all sorts of interesting stories from the places he's been. I wish I could see the sights he has.
Good morning. When, or if I get to Lut Ghislaine, I'm gonna find the largest bowl of gnarled weed and smoke till all earthly sense has left my body. Charcy talks of nothing anymore but this Herodric Malice. Between you and her, my ears need a rest. Just find it and bring it back quickly.
Just as an archer needs bow and arrow, or a draftsman pen and paper, so Charcy needs the Herodric Malice with which to ply her trade.
Charcy is wasting her time and talents using an inferior hammer. Had she the Herodric Malice, she could make the steel sing and craft you a suit of armor as impenetrable as the Great Eye.
Good morning. The retrieval of the Herodric Malice is not without risk. Our monastery is filled with voracious hellspawn. You'd best be careful, my friend.
Hello. You may recover some mysterious things from the demons you kill. Some of great use to you. Some of great peril. Bring them to me, and I'll reveal their secrets. As a token of my regrettably, quickly in and quickly out is all the advice I can give you. The Malice was forged and enchanted by the ancient Herodric mages during the Sin Wars. When their union dissolved, the Malice was entrusted to the Sisterhood, guarding the pass into the east.
Not enough money. Not enough mana.
Your blood will boil.
I need mana.
Your rewards are well earned. To us, the tower was nothing more than a headstone looming over a long-forgotten grave.
I can't carry anymore. Not enough mana.
malice. This should go to Charcy.
Oh, thanks so much for returning the Heraldric Malice. I will now imbue one of your items with magical powers.
It is certain that we face the Demon Queen, Andariel, who has corrupted the Rogue Sisterhood and defiled their ancestral monastery. This does not bode well for us, my friend. Ancient Heraldric texts record that Andariel and the other lesser evils once overthrew the three prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, banishing them from hell to our world. Here they caused mankind untold anguish and suffering before they were finally bound within the Soul Stones. Andariel's presence here could mean that the forces of hell are once again aligned behind Diablo and his brothers. If this is true, then I fear for us all. You must kill her before the monastery becomes a permanent outpost of hell and the way east lost forever. It takes time to master your skills, and use will hone your technique. But take care to choose your new skills wisely.
Yes? Some evenings we gather at the bonfire to retell epic I can imagine 1,000 different ways to kill Andariel. You need only choose one.
To be honest, I have done my best to stay clear of Guy. Andariel has desecrated all we hold dear. She must not be permitted to serve Diablo. Destroy her. The corruption of our order must be undone.
Good day. The map makers tell us the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Our way east is a line that runs through Andariel's stronghold, the monastery. Guide is a wandering
Good to see you. Send Andariel back to the hell she came from. I don't know why some of my sisters...
Good day. You're going after Andariel? One of my wagon wheels is in need of repair. I'll be under the wagon, if I'm needed. Charcy is a fine...
I need more.
This is a great victory indeed, but many more battles await. I will accompany you on your journey, lending what assistance I can. Remember, Diablo is still out there, seeking something in the desert. I'm afraid that this nightmare will not end until you find what it is that he seeks. It takes time.
Andariel's death brings about renewed life for us all. We mourn the loss of our dear sisters, but at least now we can get on with our lives. I may have misjudged you, Outlander. You are a true hero, and testament to the noble spirit which has inspired our order for generations. Farewell, my friend.
Finally, we may rejoice. We owe you a debt we can never repay. I only hope that in time, we will be able to rebuild our order. All our thanks go with you, my friend.
Greetings. Akara. You'll probably go east now. It was good to know you. I hope you'll come back if you ever need anything.
Good evening. I'm gonna party like it's $9.99.
The caravan is prepared. We may now journey eastward to Lut Gholein.
We traveled east, over the mountains and into the vast deserts of broken lands. As the days passed, my companion told me of himself, that he had once been a great warrior, and that a dark and secret burden now weighed heavily upon him. We traveled for an eternity across that arid wasteland. How long? I couldn't say. And always, a dark cloud seemed to follow us just over the horizon. Finally, the journey ended. We climbed the last bridge. There below us lay our destination. The shining jewel, Lut Gholein, with a great sea beyond. We made camp that last night. Perhaps it was the warm desert wind or the sound of the ocean, but for the first time in many weeks, I slept. However, the dreams returned, but these were clearly not my own. I beheld a vision of a great man, the mage, Talrasha. You were there too, Tyrael. I remember seeing you in my dream. His brethren had cornered a great demon, Baal, Lord of Destruction, who had been set loose upon the world. They attempted to imprison the demon within a sacred stone. Yet when their attempts failed, Talrasha selflessly volunteered to contain the demon within himself, completing the prison. He instructed his brethren to bind him within a tomb, buried under the sand, there to wrestle with the demon for all eternity.
Now you know what I seek, Marius. This is my brother. Sleep now. We set out with the dawn.
The next morning, we walked over the hill toward Lut Gholein. I had no idea then of the horrors that were in store for me there.
Good day. Greetings, honored traveler. I am Jaren, Lord of Lut Gholein, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I'm glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass. For some time now, we have been under siege by an evil power that I cannot identify. Strange, it all began when a dark wanderer came this way, looking for the tomb of Talrasha. No one knows exactly where Talrasha, keeper of Baal, is entombed, but it is certain to be far out in the desert. Now my people whisper tales of the dead rising from their tombs, and horrible creatures lurking amongst the moonlit dunes. Even I have witnessed things which I cannot explain. I've ordered the port closed and all trade ships moored until I am sure that my city is safe. Atma, the tavern keeper, has an important mission for you. Go see her immediately. You'll find her on the other side of town. Now I must return to the palace. I apologize, but I can't invite you in. Things are rather a mess right now. Things are getting worse by the hour. I know everything looks fine, but trust me, it isn't. For trade in magic and the like, see Drognin or Lysander. Drognin is the wisest man I know, without equal in magic and ancient lore. Poor Lysander is nearly deaf, but he's a reliable potion chemist. For travel back west, see Wariv, whom you already know. Our own Farah is a fine and honest armorer, and she can heal wounds as well. Elzix is the innkeeper, and may also have some items to trade. Grays, the mercenary captain I hired to secure the gates of Lut Gholein, keeps order in town as well. There are others here too. I'm sure you'll meet most of them. Just look around.
Now that Andariel is dead, I can return and outfit the rogues properly. Once I've made some trades here, I'll be free to head back to their monastery. Let me know if you want to travel along. Jaren has his father's strength and wits. He's young, but he rules this place with wisdom and care. I think he'll grow into a fine sultan, provided we all survive this crisis.
Halt! You may not pass.
You look like a sturdy adventurer. You know, I used to be quite the scoundrel in my day. I led the fiercest group of bandits who ever terrorized these sands. Nowadays, I run this here inn and pretty much stay out of trouble. My days of adventuring are behind me. Farah is a good woman. She seems very sad, but seldom speaks of her past. She's good to the poor and helps people when she can. That makes her all right in my book.
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe with all the trouble going on out in the desert. Well, I can tell you that it's got nothing to do with the local town guards. They're all in the palace for some reason. Jaren hired me and my mercenaries to help keep the peace around here. We're not cheap, but we're the best this wasteland has to offer. Greetings. Atma seems to be a fine woman, but I'm sure the loss of her family has made her lonely. Perhaps I should go over and console her when I get off duty tonight.
I've heard that you are responsible for banishing Andariel back to the burning hells. I'm impressed, stranger. That couldn't have been easy. My name is Drognin, and I know what you're up against, my friend. You ought to look over my inventory of items for trade. I've heard of your friend, Cain. He is the last of the Haradrim. You would do well to heed whatever advice he has to give you.
Good day. I talked at length with Wariv as we crossed the desert from Kandurus. He has many fascinating tales of the dangers of the desert. His experience may be useful to you.
I know much about the ancient religions. I was trained as a paladin of Zakarum in the Eastern Koras Temple many years ago. The shrines in the desert are leftover artifacts from the Great Sin War that ravaged these lands almost 1,000 years ago. They still function, but most travelers believe them only to be remnants of the distant past.
How do I know I can trust you, You may be as shifty as that pack rat Elzix who runs the inn. But if you need a potion, though, I suppose I can make you one. For a price, of course. I've traded my potions to Wariv many times. Yes, they seem to fetch a good price in the Western lands.
Good evening. I don't expect this of you, but if you want to help me, I would be grateful. In the sewers below our city, there lurks a horrid creature that hungers for human flesh. The creature has killed many, including my son and my husband. If you destroy it, I will reward you. Please, be careful though. That beast has taken enough from us already. The sewer entrance is through the trapdoor, just up the street. Geglash may seem like a sot, but he's a brave man. All this trouble has driven him to drinking more than his usual.
I don't know why you people keep pestering me. Grays seems to have this place locked down nice and tight. Not that I couldn't have done the same. I've proven my valor in combat plenty of times. I've seen Farah defend herself against a few drunken ruffians. She's got moves I've never even seen before. Wherever she's from, she sure learned how to fight there. Hey, don't touch my drink, or I'll bore a hole into your skull with my thumb.
The Horadrim used to mummify their highest mages and infuse them with spells that would allow them to protect their tombs, even after death. I have no idea why one of them would be acting so malevolently. Perhaps Drognan or Farah would know more about this.
How may I help you? I believe that the creature you refer to is one of the ancient Horadric mummies from the tombs that lie buried beneath the desert sands. It is unusual for one of his kind to be so far away from his resting place. I sense in this entity a restless and malevolent spirit.
Greetings. I hear that beast is after body parts. Does he eat them? Ooh, ghastly.
Where can I take you? I've heard tales of walking corpses out in the desert at night, though I've never actually seen one.
Greetings. I'm Mashif, captain of this ship here. I make port runs around the Twin Seas and occasionally out to Kingsport in Westmarch. I haven't sailed anywhere lately, though. Jaren has ordered me to stay docked here in case of emergency. There's something Jaren's not telling me. I just don't know what. To my eye, things here in town don't look that bad, especially since Warreef's caravan route opened up. There are two entrances to the sewers, I believe. One of them is right near here, down by the water beneath the docks. I can see it from my ship, and you can bet I keep an eye on it every night.
Greetings.
Allow me to advise you. Farah and I have been talking about the creature recently. From my studies, I have deduced that it is Radamant the Fallen, an ancient Horadric mummy that has for some reason left his tomb to prey on mortals. I'm doing some more research now. If you check back later, I may have some more insight as to his nature.
I need knowledge.
Vengeance.
They say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but I find it to my liking. In addition to my undying gratitude, I have spoken on your behalf with the rest of the townspeople. The merchants have agreed to show their gratitude by offering their wares and services at lower rates. Oh, Jaren wants to see you too. You'll find him in front of the palace.
I have heard of your many deeds of skill and bravery. I feel I can trust you with something I have been hesitant to speak of. Drognin and I have concluded that the Dark Wanderer who passed through here recently was Diablo himself. Drognin believes that Diablo is searching the desert for the secret tomb where the great Horadric mage Tal Rasha keeps Baal imprisoned. You must find Diablo and put an end to the terrible evil that has fallen upon our city. Drognin is wise and is sure to have some helpful advice for you as to how Tal Rasha's tomb may be found. It may take you quite some time to find the tomb. May you be ready when you do. To any who aid me in the defense of Lutkulain, I pledge my support. Passage east, wealth, honor, all are due to those who help my city.
Good evening. Be very careful, my friend. I think I've seen enough recently not to doubt that these tombs exist. And if they do, they are most certainly guarded by terrible creatures.
Hello. My ship is the only way east from here. Still, Lord Jaren tells me that I may not leave until the current crisis is over. I'm sorry, I can't help you much here. Now, if the tombs were across the ocean, then I'd be the guy to talk to.
There's no trouble a mud can't cure. Elsix and I have reached an understanding over the years. He sends travelers to me for drink and entertainment, and I send them back to him for a soft bed. The travelers often trade their wares for lodging. I've heard legends of the tomb of Tal Rasha, but I thought they were just old tales meant to scare young children.
Yes? Have you found those big sand maggots yet? Arrows and all that don't work so well against them. Best thing is to hack them with a sword or such. Oh, I'd go with you to those tombs, but, I don't like all that living dead stuff.
Yes? Elsix is quite a scoundrel, but I like him all the same. Diablo nears his goal. We have little time to lose. Remember, my friend, that Andariel gave herself willingly to Diablo's cause. It would be prudent to assume that the other evils will attempt to aid their master as well.
How may I help you? Geglash is too confident in his abilities. A warrior's true strength is in his heart. Legend has it that Tal Rasha lies imprisoned within his tomb, forever struggling to keep the Lord of Destruction bound. His was a selfless act, although perhaps foolhardy.
Hello. Oh, young Jaren used to purchase minor love potions from me, hoping to win the favors of the harem girls. Yeah, but now that the girls have taken up residence in the palace, she doesn't come around here anymore. Well, I've always said alchemy is no substitute for experience. When Tal Rasha chose to embody the spirit of Baal, he knew his doom was to wrestle eternally against the will of the greater evil. Look around you and ask yourself, has the battle been won or lost?
Hello. I miss the brothels that used to do business here. You know, all of the ladies fled to the palace as soon as the trouble in the desert started. You'd think that they could at least come out once in a while now that Grays and his men have things relatively under control. So, you're going to search for the 7 tombs, huh? Don't you know that they're just desert legends, passed between merchants and travelers? No one really believes that they exist.
Need some help? I might spare you a few of my men. Why, enough gold can muster an army. If you're going into the deep desert, why not hire a few of my men to watch your back?
Ask and learn. Demons have spread throughout the desert wasteland and threaten to engulf our quiet port city. Tal Rasha's tomb is hidden deep in the desert among 6 others. Tal Rasha's symbol marks the true tomb. If you want to know what that symbol is, you should be able to find it within the legendary Arcane Sanctuary.
Not enough mana. I need mana. Not enough mana.
You have quite a treasure there in that Horadric cube. According to Horadric lore, the cube can restore a Horadric staff. To do it, use the cube as you would a scroll. When the cube opens, place both pieces of the staff into it and use the cube's transmute power. You'll be pleased to know that the cube has other alchemical uses as well. 6 gems plus 1 sword transmute into a socketed longsword. You may also transmute 2 quivers of crossbow bolts into 1 quiver of arrows, while 2 quivers of arrows yield 1 quiver of bolts. I must leave it to you to discover other formulae. Mischief is an interesting man. Part of him longs for the freedom of the open seas, yet his heart belongs in his homeland.
Good day. I've no love for brothels, as they can lead honorable men to do dishonorable things. Since the local harems took up hiding in the palace, however, there seems to be a rise in foul tempers.
Good day. I've traded my potions to Wareve many times. Yes, they seem to fetch a good price in the Western lands.
Good day. When you arrived, Wareve's caravan had been long overdue. With all of the evil that's arisen in the land, I'm surprised he got through it all.
Yes? That old desert fox L6 is as crafty as they come. Years back, he made off with a small fortune of my caravan's wares. I certainly never expected to see him so domesticated.
Ahoy, mate. Oh, I've known Elzix for years. He always offers me a free room at his inn when I dock here. But I prefer the comforts of my own cabin.
Good day. Evil has laid siege to Lutgolain, and you may be our last hope.
Huh? I've got no time for old alchemists. Lysander would be completely useless in a real fight.
Good day. The Horadrim were a powerful order, although maybe too prideful. Tal Rasha was one of their order, and that should tell you something. Any man who believes himself strong enough to contain one of the prime evils is in for a rude awakening, I should think.
Yes, citizen. Ah, Elzix is quite a character. I had a few run-ins with his band of outlaws in my younger years. Now he's as settled as the dunes out there. The Desert Rain Inn is his pride and joy these days.
What you need? Giglash is a fool who would fight his own shadow if he could. Fighting's all he ever thinks about.
I can't carry anymore.
The Staff of Kings! You astound me, my friend. You have discovered the shaft portion of a Horadric staff. I trust you know how to use a Horadric cube to unite the shaft with its headpiece. Greetings, my friend. Have you spoken to Jaren yet? He's quite a remarkable leader for being such a young man. Then again, the old blood has always run strong in this land.
Hello. Atma is a good, loving woman, but I fear she will succumb to her despair and hatred.
Hello. This public house used to be quite lively, until this plague of evil. Luckily, I've managed to save away a tidy nest egg. Unfortunately, I couldn't save everything I cared for.
Let me buy you a drink. Sure, I hear lots of what goes on. Did you hear about the harem guilds? They were the only ones allowed to hide out in the palace when the raid started. It figures.
Greetings. Elzix is a sly one, I'll give him that. Of course, he never tries to cheat me. He knows what my magic skills can do.
Who goes there? I haven't talked much to Farah. She keeps to herself most of the time. I get the feeling that she doesn't like us mercenary types much.
I've been researching this lengthy eclipse, and I believe it to be the work of claw vipers. Find their temple beneath the desert sands, and you may find the source of this curse. Demons have spread throughout the desert wasteland and threaten to engulf us.
Good evening.
Greetings, my friend. The Staff of Kings. Drognan may have some advice on this matter. I think I'll speak with him myself.
This unnatural nightfall is no doubt caused by evil sorcery. Drognan might know what we are dealing with.
Greetings. Claw vipers. This outer darkness mirrors the inner blackness of their souls. It is they who have eclipsed the sun, I'll wager. They are a venomous band.
Good evening. My astrologers failed to predict this eclipse. You should seek Drognan's advice.
Good day. The sun has grown disgusted with the terrible deeds it must shine upon each day. Damnation is upon us all.
Good to see you. This permanent darkness is very unsettling. It would make navigation by stars easier for me, though.
There's no trouble a mug can't cure. Drognan is a very private person. He's always studying ancient scrolls and such. He may be a mystery to me forever. Drognan the wizard will have some idea as to what is happening.
Good day. This whole place is one big ale fog.
Need some help? This midday darkness reeks of foul magic. My men and I are trying to keep the peace, but this kind of thing really scares people.
Greetings. 2 men arrived late last night bearing a story about evil magic. They said they saw a gathering of giant snake creatures performing some arcane ritual. They sound like the serpent men of the desert.
Thanks.
Serpents. I expected worse.
You did well in destroying the Claw Vipers. We are all glad to see the sun return to its former glory. I've been researching the old records, trying to find the location of Tal Rasha's tomb. Though I haven't found the tomb itself, I may have a good lead for you. The great Viserai summoner, Horizon, built his arcane sanctuary somewhere around here. He was a powerful spellcaster and kept demons as slaves within the sanctuary. He kept a close eye on great events too, such as the imprisonment of Baal within Tal Rasha's tomb. If you could find Horizon's sanctuary, I'm sure that it would hold some clue as to the tomb's location. Though I doubt Horizon is still alive, you must proceed with caution. There's no telling what could be waiting inside. When I spoke of this with Lord Jaren, he asked that I send you to him. Perhaps he knows of a secret entrance or the like. Approach and let's trade. I've heard that you are responsible for banishing undead.
Greetings. In addition to my public house, there used to be several brothels doing business here. When the troubles first started in the desert, the Harem Guild sought sanctuary within the palace. Of course, Jaren was glad to oblige. I'll bet they're finding many ways to repay him for his protection.
Yes? I've seen Farah defend herself against a few drunken...
Excellent. You have a Horodric staff. Carry it with you into Tal Rasha's tomb. Find within the tomb the chamber whose floor is inset with the circle of 7 symbols. Place the staff into the receptacle you find there. That will open the secret passage into Tal Rasha's burial chamber. But be prepared for a fight. You'll likely have to kill Tal Rasha to destroy Baal.
Good day. Mashif has sailed all around the southern seas and visited many strange lands. Must be driving him mad having to stay anchored here.
Hi there. Mashif is a wise captain, I think. Wise enough to know silver from tin and truth from dung, that's for sure.
When the troubles began here, I allowed the terrified harem guilds to join me within the safety of the palace. All was fine until one night. Screams echoed up the stairwells from the harem. My guards arrived to find the poor girls being slaughtered by a merciless band of hell-spawned demons. My brave guardsmen tried to push the demons back into the mysterious rift from which they came. Ever since, my men have fought a losing battle. Demons have continued to pour through the rift into the palace. Ultimately, I hired Graze and his mercenaries to help protect the rest of my fair city. Drognan believes that the arcane sanctuary lies buried underneath this palace, since Lut-Gholein occupies the site of an ancient Viserai fortress. My palace is open to you now. Take care. You seem very capable, but no offense is intended when I say that I must choose my confidants carefully. It wouldn't do to have rumors sending everyone into a panic.
Stay out of trouble.
Yes? A careful caravan gives wide berth to sleeping bandits. If Horizon is gone, let him remain so. By ship is the only way eastward from here.
Hello. Ah, the legend of Horizon is an old one, especially around these parts. You wouldn't believe the feats and strange events that are attributed to him. My ship is the only way east from here.
Arcane Sanctuary? That place sounds awful. Even if you find a way into it, what makes you think you'll be able to leave again? In addition to my public...
I've seen... Look, I'm just about as tough and arrogant as they come. But you never catch me trying to tame a demon for a pet. That's just asking for a lot of trouble.
Nearly 1,000 years ago, Horizon rose to the fore of the Viserai mage clan. Horizon used the knowledge of the Viserai to summon and control demons from hell. Though a powerful summoner, Horizon feared that the lords of hell would punish him for enslaving their brethren. Thus, the summoner created for himself an arcane sanctuary. He believed that his sanctuary would not only protect him from hell's vengeance, but also allow him to continue his studies free from the ravages of time and disease. Horizon had crafted many wondrous scrying devices through which he observed the events of the world outside. It is certain that he took careful study of Tal Rasha's imprisonment and recorded the location of his forgotten tomb. The arcane sanctuary was believed to have been constructed here in Lutgolain. An entrance may be hidden somewhere in the palace, as that building is very old and was once a Vigerai fortress. Mashif and his vessel should remain here, lest we risk taking demonic stowaways to other lands.
The only thing in Jared's cellar are the harem girls that have been hiding there since the troubles began. Mashif has sailed.
An arcane sanctuary under the palace? I'd heard that there were some underground cellar levels that Jaren used as chambers for his treasure and such, but no arcane sanctuary. Mashif is a wise captain, I think.
Horizon found it necessary to lock himself up for all time, just to protect himself from those angry demons. Such is the fate of one who practices the summoning arts. That or eternal damnation. There's old summoners and bold summoners, but no old, bold summoners. There are some ancient enchanted...
Yes? I very much doubt that Horizon still lives in his sanctuary. He possessed great power and influence over demons, but even that may not have been enough in the end. One of his notoriety cannot easily remove himself from the vengeful reach of hell. I talked at length with Wari.
Ah, the ancient mage Horizon. He believed that he could bend evil forces to his will. What he didn't know was that evil uses man, not the reverse. The Vigerai still revere him as a symbol of man's ability to triumph over otherworldly forces. The Church of Light, however, cites him as an example of man's folly.
The sanctuary. Horizon's obsession.
Of the tomb of Tal Rasha will find it through the portal, but know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my arcane sanctuary are the signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Tal Rasha. Of the Herodrum, he might be called the foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans, when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Herodrum relentlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east, and even into the uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Tyrael's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Herodrum's unstable fellowship began to dissipate. Abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the 3 soul stones, the disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but strengthened the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth.
You must move quickly now, friend, for Diablo is undoubtedly close to finding what he seeks. Find the tomb of Tal Rasha before he frees the Lord of Destruction. I hope that this false summoner found peace in death. Unfortunately, it is more likely that he will be dragged down into hell by the demons he was bound to. Let this be a lesson to you. Demonic magic is a quick path, but its powers are seductive and deadly. Stay a while and listen. There is something about Farah that troubles me. Her manner is strange for a lonely desert maid.
Good evening. I feel no pity for that would-be summoner. His terrible ambition for demonic power was his undoing. You merely hastened the inevitable. Graze is a fine warrior and leader, but in his heart he will always be a mercenary for hire. I cannot be loyal to those who have no loyalty to themselves.
Welcome to my shop. Drogden? Oh, he's a good friend of mine. I help him find exotic spell components in alchemical books from time to time. I think he used to be a sorcerer of great renown, but he doesn't like to talk about his past. Such is always the fate of those who meddle with evil.
Good evening. The demonic force that was emanating from the corrupted sanctuary has dissipated. I thank you greatly for your help. Now we can look to rebuilding our lives. All will be for nothing, though, if you do not stop the greater evil which is rapidly gaining ground. To any who aid me in the defense of Lutgolain, I pledge...
Good evening. I guess you'll be heading to the tombs now. I hear that they're in the deepest desert regions. Be very careful, my friend. I think I've seen enough recently not to doubt that these tombs exist. And if they do, they are most certainly guarded by terrible creatures.
Good evening. Well, you've got what you're after. I'll get a move on before it's too late. The Lady Farah has a proud, noble air about her. The Lady...
Good evening. You're more the hero than I could have dreamed. Perhaps there is hope for us after all. Elsix and I have reached an understanding.
Hey! The way I see it, well, it's all pretty blurry. I've killed plenty of those demons out in the desert. It doesn't seem to slow them down any, though. They just keep coming back for more.
Approach and let's trade. Larger forces are moving inexorably towards us. You must now make haste to the tombs. Demons have spread throughout the desert wasteland.
I need more.
Thanks.
Hello. I thank you, mortal, for my freedom. But I did expect you earlier. I am the Archangel Tyrion. I came here to prevent Diablo from freeing his brother Baal. But I have failed. Now terror and destruction roam free throughout your world. Even now, they head towards the eastern capital of Kurast, to the very heart of the Zakarum Temple. There they hope to find their eldest brother, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who was imprisoned there ages ago. If the three prime evils unite, they will be invincible. Though it is unclear as to what their aims are, it is certain that they must be stopped at all costs. I am broken, and the energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Baal in Kurast. Now, hurry, mortal. Time is running out for all of us. I thank you, mortal.
I shall track the prime evils to the ends of the world.
The Archangel Tyrael was the one who gave the Soul Stones to the Horodrum 260 years ago. It is highly unusual for the forces of heaven to so directly interfere with man's destiny. But Tyrael was said to act of his own volition. We have never been able to discern why. Perhaps he goes against the consensus of heaven because he doubts our ability to defend ourselves. Or perhaps he sees more threat than his peers. Where the actions of hell often seem straightforwardly bent on destruction, the motives of heaven are unfathomable. Now make haste. Both Diablo and Baal must be stopped before they join with their brother Mephisto. If the three prime evils unite once again, the world as we know it will be no more. There is something.
This is terrible news. Baal is in possession of one of mankind's most powerful mages, and the Lord of Terror guides his path. They must be stopped, for I am sure they mean to free their elder brother Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who lies imprisoned under the corrupted city of Kurast. I fear you are walking into a great evil, but your faith can save you. May you walk in the light always.
I'm sorry things didn't turn out as you had hoped. Go and remember us fondly. You know, you bothered me far less than most.
Greetings. You have proven to be the greatest of heroes, and I am honored to call you friend. Thank you for bringing peace to our lives again.
Huh? Have you found those big...
This is a serious setback. It is most unfortunate that Tal Rasha has been consumed by Baal's destructive influence. There are many secrets known to the Horodrim which could be used by Baal against us. You must travel east by sea to Kurast and stop Diablo and Baal before they free their eldest brother Mephisto. The lands of the Eastern Empire are not the same as they used to be. There's been little word for some time. Speed is of the essence. Go quickly, my friend. May the fates smile on you.
Good evening. Jaren's got a nice little...
Welcome to the Desert Rain.
You have done very well. Few could have come this far, let alone discover the true tomb of Tal Rasha. Unfortunately, I hear that Diablo and Baal have eluded your grasp. This is most unfortunate. If you wish to travel east, I have authorized Mashif to give you passage by sea. I imagine he should be very anxious to leave by now. Good luck on your quest, and thank you again for saving my beloved city. You will always be welcome in Lut Gholein, my friend.
Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could. I suspect that Diablo and Baal are now heading east towards Kurast. You will find them. I know you will.
Jaren tells me I should take you east to Kurast. I haven't been there for several years, but rumor has it things are pretty grim.
My companion drew in the dank, cold air of the tomb. It seemed to strengthen him. I stood in the doorway between light and dark. What was left of my sanity implored me not to enter. But that voice was just a whisper now. As we worked our way down, deeper and deeper into the crypt, I began to see a change in my companion. He seemed to be gaining strength. I could hardly see in the gloom, but my companion seemed to know the way. We came at last to a great hall. It was then I realized my companion hadn't been gaining strength. He had been losing what was left of his humanity. He moved with demonic speed, and then you appeared.
Stop! The beast contained herein shall not be set free, not even by you. Set in motion this day. Go to the Temple of Light in the eastern city of Kurast. There you will find the gate to hell opened before you. You must find the courage to step through that gate, Miles. Take the stone you hold to the Hellforge, where it will be destroyed. Now run. Take the stone and run!
Greetings. Welcome to Kurast, traveler. Few come willingly to this ancient city anymore. I hope you brought your wits with you, for sanity is in short supply here. My name is Ratley. I am a sorcerer skilled in metalwork. It'd be a pleasure to help you. I don't have many customers these days. As As you can see, the populace has been brutally decimated by the forces of Mephisto. The canals run red with blood, and demons roam the land. The wretched jungle hell has already reclaimed much of Karas. The only safety you'll find is here at the dockside, where a magical warden holds the jungle evils at bay. But I don't know how long it will last. To make matters worse, the children of Zakharum are in league with the forces of Mephisto. The Zakharum have concentrated their power in the temple city of Travancore, located within Karas deep in the jungle wilderness. It's true, their zeal is unmatched, but I say the so-called warriors of light are nothing more than the twisted puppets of a hidden hand. You'll find that the Zakharumites have the persistence of zombies, but without the charisma.
Well, I gave you my word and brought you here as promised. But by all that's still holy, I wish I'd never returned to this accursed place. This fetid jungle can't be the fair Kurast I left behind. I don't know what all this evil is, my friend, but it's obvious that you must stop it. I only pray that you can before the jungle consumes the last vestiges of my beloved homeland. Rotley seems to be the only one left here with any common sense. Yet how sensible is it to remain here?
Greetings, hero. I've heard of your exploits and, I'm quite impressed. Very few mortals are capable of dealing with the three and their minions as you have. My name is Natalia. I am a hunter of evil, part of an ancient order sworn to hunt down corrupted sorcerers. If I could, I would gladly join your quest to stop the three. But I must wait here for further news. I can't predict what will happen, but the danger is greater than we can know. Until I receive my orders, I'll assist you with the information I have. My order has been keeping watch over Ormus for many years now. He seems to champion the cause of good, but who knows what shadow lurks within his soul.
You now speak to Ormus. He was once a great mage, but now lives like a rat in a sinking vessel. You have questions for Ormus and doubt in yourself. Ormus sees a strange dichotomy in you, as he does in all would-be heroes. Speak to him, and he may grant you wisdom in turn. Or turn from him and seek wisdom in thyself. Ashira is both proud and self-conscious of her womanhood.
Hello there. You must be a great adventurer to risk coming here. My name's Ashira, and I lead the mercenary band of mages known as the Iron Wolves. We've been hunting down demons in the jungle for months, but no matter how many of them we kill, they just keep coming. Seems this whole place has been overrun by evil. Rumor has it that you've come here to help. If that's true, then I'll let you hire some of my mercenaries. But be careful. If you piss them off, they can be worse than those monsters out in the jungle. O'Reilly may be a bit too clever for his own good. Still, I'd trust his work anytime.
Damn it! I wish you people would just leave me alone. Oh, you're new here, aren't you? I am Alcor the Alchemist. I dabble in potions and salves, and I can sell you some if you really need them. But don't make a habit of coming here. I don't like to be disturbed while I'm studying. You came here with mischief? That old tour guide to the stupid? I'm surprised you made it here in one piece.
I've not set foot in glorious Kurast for many years, but I never would have imagined it could be so corrupted. Certainly this must be Mephisto's work. You'd best get going, my friend. Diablo and Baal are still out there, and you must find them. Judging from his dress and strange markings, I would guess that Ormus is from the ancient Tarn mage clan. Yet none of the others here seem to know that he is a sorcerer. The Tarn were once as powerful as the Bejerai clan, but their studies were even more secretive. I wonder what he's hiding.
Not enough mana. I am overburdened. A jade statue. What should I do with it?
Back in Lutgolain, Meshif told me he had a fondness for jade figurines. On his trading voyages, he collected an odd assortment of such small statues. I would show him your figurine. Ah, Khalim's eye. Only it can reveal the true path to Mephisto. Place the eye in the Herodric cube along with Khalim's other relics. The heart, the brain, and the flail. Hello. Ah, judging from his dress and strange...
Yes? Ashera is both
Praise you. That jade figurine will complete the set I was collecting. Here, I've had this statuette of a golden bird for years, but I consider it a fair exchange.
I've read legends about a sage named Kuile, who studied the mysteries of life beyond death. If I remember correctly, his ashes were ensconced within a golden statuette. It was a very strange tale.
Ah, the golden bird of Kuile. Thank you, my friend. Busy yourself while I experiment with the ashes within it. Then return and see what I've made for you. Hello! You came here with mischief? From the ashes of Kuile, I have mixed for you a potion.
Never forget that your ultimate purpose here in Kurast is to destroy Mephisto. The ancient Horodrim imprisoned the Lord of Hatred inside the Guardian Tower that is located within the temple city of Travancore. Know this, friend. The only way to gain entry to Mephisto's prison is to destroy the artifact known as the Compelling Orb. Mephisto used this device to control the Zakarum priests and their followers. The orb can only be destroyed with an ancient flail imbued with the spirit of the one incorruptible priest. Soon after his imprisonment, Mephisto worked his evil corruption on the Zakharum priesthood. All were turned to his dark ways, save one, Khalim, the K-Hagen of the High Council. Mephisto directed the other council priests to slay and dismember Khalim, and then scatter his remains across the kingdom. The priest Sankakur succeeded Khalim as K-Hagen, eventually becoming the embodiment of Mephisto here on the mortal plane. The corrupted High Council fashioned an orb to control the rest of the Zakharum faithful, and used their powers to hide the lair of their master from mortals. Your task is to collect the scattered relics of Khalim, his heart, his brain, and his eye. Then, using the Horodric Cube, transmute Khalim's flail with his relics. Once this is accomplished, you must destroy the compelling orb with Khalim's will to open the way into the corrupt sanctum of Mephisto.
I am overburdened. What a delicious blade. I should consult Ormus.
You have done well, noble hero. Ormus congratulates you. The old spirits of Skatsim will watch over you for returning their sacred blade. Now, after all these years, Ormus will once again use his powers to protect the innocent from the shadow. The spell that protects the dark side shall now be reinforced. This magic ring does me no good. Here, wear it proudly.
Now that fewer of the Iron Wolves are needed to guard the dock side, some of them have volunteered to accompany you free of charge. Arali thinks he's so funny. The other day he said, "Ashira, I don't recognize you without that big gash on your face."
Good day. Ha! You have stolen the fabled blade from right under Zakharum's nose. This is a great day indeed. You came here with Meshi?
Good day. Who could have foreseen that the old religion would play such an effective role in our war against the Three? Again, your efforts amaze me, my friend. Ormus would like you to think him mad. Better to watch his actions than listen to his words.
Yes? Some find my prices unreasonable. That is because I am unreasonable.
Hello. You are truly amazing, stranger. There are precious few items in the world that would tempt me to go up against the children of Zakharum. Ashira? Well, she's a tough-talking mage, but I'd wager she's never faced true evil. Pampering drunken mercenaries is one thing, but standing face-to-face with a hellspawn demon is another.
With any luck, the spirits of Skatsim will grant us revenge upon the powers that ravaged this land.
The dockside is apparently the only civilized area left in Kurast.
I can't carry anymore.
Good morning. This is most fortunate. Khalim's brain knows Mephisto's weakness. Place it in the Herodric Cube along with Khalim's other relics. The eye, the heart, and the flail.
Found the book. It should give all of us here some insight into the nature of the prime evils. Ah, but as for you... I keep a library of tomes. Heretical, exegetical, hermeneutical, and pharmaceutical.
Good day. The Iron Wolves and I have made a good living around here lately.
Greetings. How does one destroy destruction? How does one force terror to flee in fear? You have great tasks ahead of you, Ormus thinks.
I went to speak with old Alcor, but I disturbed his studies. He doesn't seem to like visitors.
Good day. So, you've returned with the book. You surprise me. You must be very resourceful. Grotley is a master craftsman. My order could make use of one with his unique skills.
Greetings. Alcor is a potion dealer, given over to a life steeped in ceaseless study and dissipation.
Hello. You have found a source of information powerful enough to turn the tide against the Zakarum. You have... Judging from his dress...
I am overburdened.
You have found Khalim's heart, and it still bears the courage to face Mephisto. Place it in the Herodric Cube along with Khalim's other relics. The eye, the brain, and the flail. Once properly imbued, Khalim's flail can destroy the compelling orb and reveal the way to Mephisto. Place it into the Horadric cube along with Khalim's relics, his heart, his brain, and his eye. Then transmute them to carry out Khalim's will. Ridding Kurast of the Council of Zakarum was essential. Still, there is more you must do. The compelling orb, too, must be destroyed. Diablo and Baal must be close to finding their brother Mephisto by now. You've no time to waste. Yes?
Diablo and Baal have surely found the Temple City by now. They seek to free their brother, Mephisto, who was imprisoned by the Horadrim in the Temple's Guardian Tower. You must reach him before his brothers do, and prevent them from releasing hatred upon the world.
Overburdened.
My brothers have escaped you.
I need money. I need money.
Our faith in you was well-deserved, but Diablo has made his way to Hell, and it is likely that Baal followed him there. Enter the infernal gate and kill the Lord of Terror before all is lost. Only then will our world be saved.
Yes? Ashira is both proud. You have defeated the prime evil in combat. Ormus is impressed beyond words. But staying here will not end this conflict. You must enter the infernal gate and stop Diablo once and for all.
Greetings. The Iron Wolves and I... Well done, my friend. You are a great champion of order. Please consider yourself an honorary Iron Wolf.
Hello! Your news is great indeed. You have saved us all. I would smile, but I'm afraid my face might collapse.
Yes? It looks like you're going to hell before me. Put in a good word. This king, whom you brought with you, he has a bearing of great power, yet I sense no magic about him. He is an enigma to me.
Now Kurast can begin the task of rekindling its former glory. I thank you.
I did as you told me, Tyrael. I found the temple of the Zakarum. In the deepest recesses of the temple, I found a dark gathering. My companion, the Wanderer, Talrasha, and a great evil who could only be the Lord of Hatred himself, Mephisto. I heard a voice that, like 1,000 needles in my heart.
My brothers, at long last we stand reunited. The infernal gate has been prepared, and the time of our final victory is at hand. Let the way to hell be opened. And the evil that was once vanquished shall rise anew. Wrapped in the guise of man shall he walk amongst the innocent, and terror shall consume they that dwell upon the earth. The skies shall rain fire, and the seas will become as blood. The righteous shall fall before the wicked, and all creation shall tremble before the burning standards of hell.
What I saw then was not meant for mortal eyes.
The gate stands ready. Now, my young brother, the time has come to assume your true form. Arise, Diablo, Lord of Terror. You are harmed of all return, Diablo. Send forth your terror into hell.
The time has come for you to destroy Mephisto's Soul Stone. Take the stone to the Hell Forge. Place it upon the forge, and strike it soundly with the hammer. Only by doing this can you prevent Mephisto from manifesting in this world ever again. I have read much about the enigmatic Archangel Tyrael. He was revered in Horadrim lore, both for his compassion for mortals and his unquenchable spirit. It was rumored that he went against the wishes of heaven and gave the Horadrim the original Soul Stones in order to trap Diablo and his brothers.
It's good to see you again, hero. Mephisto's defeat is a great victory for the light. I knew that you would eventually find your way here. The Pandemonium Fortress is the last bastion of heaven's power before the gates of the burning hells. This place has been hallowed by the blood of thousands of champions of the light, many of whom were mortal, like yourself. Now, the final battle against the prime evils draws near, and you must face it alone. I have been forbidden to aid you directly, save for a few bits of wisdom. For this is the hour of mortal man's triumph. Your triumph. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. There is a dark, tortured soul who was trapped within this forsaken realm long ago. He was called Iswal by mortal men, and in ages past, he was my most trusted lieutenant. Yet, against my wishes, he led an ill-fated assault upon the fiery Hellforge itself. Despite his valor and strength, Iswal was captured by the Prime Evils and twisted by their perverse powers. They forced him to betray his own kind and give up heaven's most guarded secrets. He became a corrupt shadow of his former self, a fallen angel, trusted neither by heaven nor hell. For his transgressions, Iswal's spirit was bound within the form of a terrible creature, which was summoned from the abyss. His maddened spirit has resided within that tortured husk for many ages now. It seems to me that he has suffered long enough. I implore you, hero, find Iswal and release him from his cruel imprisonment. Put an end to his guilt and suffering. Long ago, I swore an oath to watch over the Horadrim and their descendants. As Deckard Cain is the last of their esteemed order, I will not allow him to perish here so far from the lands of his birth. Be at ease, hero. I know that he is your friend. He shall come to no harm.
Good evening. Tyrael has asked you to confront Iswal the Fallen? He must have great faith in your abilities. I trust you know what you're doing. Be careful. You're our last hope. I have read...
Trusted me. You see, it was I who told Diablo and his brothers about the Soul Stones and how to corrupt them. It was I who helped the Prime Evils mastermind their own exile to your world. The plan we set in motion so long ago cannot be stopped by any mortal agency. Hell itself is poised to spill forth into your world like a tidal wave of blood and nightmares. You and all your kind are doomed.
Corruption, take flight.
Thank you, hero, for putting Iswal's tortured spirit to rest. May the light protect you and the powers of heaven shine upon your path. But if what you tell me is true, then I fear that we have been played for fools all along. Iswal helped Diablo and his brothers trick me into using the Soul Stones against them. Now the stones' powers are corrupted. With the combined powers of the Soul Stones under their control, the Prime Evils will be able to turn the mortal world into a permanent outpost of hell. Long ago, I swore an oath to watch over the Horadrim and their descendants.
Good day. You're lucky to be alive, my friend. It is imperative that you find and stop Diablo. You should speak of this with Tyrael. He will know what to make of this. Congratulations, hero! Surely even Diablo himself sensed the fury unleashed when you smashed his brother's soul stone. I have read...
Time has come to hunt down and destroy Diablo himself. But beware, a Lord of Terror is not to be underestimated. He single-handedly destroyed the town of Resurrected and corrupted the last noble hero who tried to stop him. This time, you must defeat him for good. Only by destroying the Soul Stone which he carries will his spirit be banished forever. Good luck, though this be our darkest hour. It may yet be your greatest moment. Long ago, I swore...
Hello. You don't have time to dally about here. Diablo awaits you in hell. Remember, Diablo's greatest weapon against you is terror. Don't give in to your fears. Resist his power and put an end to him for good.
Proceed, hero, into Terror's lair. Know that Diablo's innermost sanctum is hidden by 5 seals. Only by opening each of these seals can you clear your way to the final battle.
I am overburdened. Not enough mana.
Death can save you from me.
A hero's mistake is finally corrected.
I knew there was great potential in you, my friend. You've done a fantastic job. Though my ancestors often struggled against the 3 evils and their minions, I've always lived a shut-in, scholarly life. I'm glad that my wisdom aided you. Now, I wish to leave this place. Though heaven's gates are a marvel to behold, I hope I won't have to see them again for many, many years. Please, talk to Tyrael about leaving this place now. I have read...
Praise be to the light. You have accomplished the impossible. Diablo and Mephisto have been banished back into the black abyss that spawned them, and the corrupted soul stones are no more. However, while you were fighting here, Baal remained behind in the mortal realm, building an army of hellish minions. Now Baal's army is searching for the World Stone, the ancient source of all the soul stones and their power, while leaving behind a wake of destruction. They have forged deeply into barbarian homelands, heading directly for the summit of Mount Ariad. Baal knows, mortal hero. That is the very site of the Blessed Wormstone. Now, enter the portal I have opened for you. It will take you to the barbarian city of Harrogath, the last bastion of order on the slopes of Ariad. Long ago,
I heard later that he was defeated. And that the Soul Stones were destroyed in Hellforge. All except one.
Oh, I failed, Tyrael. I couldn't do as you asked. I couldn't enter that gate. Forgive me, Tyrael. Forgive me.
Marius, give me the stone, and all is forgiven. Give it to me, Marius.
Take it. Take it, take it. I'm glad this is finally over, Tyrael. Look what the stone has done to me.
You haven't failed, old man. You've done exactly as you were meant to do. However, I am not the Archangel Tyrael.
Well, no. No, 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 no.
You have done well, Marius. Now I think you shall have your reward.
What have I done to deserve it?
Baal! The gates of Sescheron have stood for eons beyond remembrance, and you shall not breach them now. Remove your foul demons from our lands. We stand on the side of light. You shall not be allowed to reach Mount Ariat, and that which you seek will not be yours.
Enough! Enough!
I shall take your position into consideration. Well, it seems your terms are not acceptable.
I, Mala, welcome you to Harrogath, the last stronghold of order on Mount Ariat. You have come to the right place if you intend to defeat Baal, the Lord of Destruction. Baal has laid waste to our mountain and its denizens. His minions continue to attack our town, while Qualkek and his men have proven helpless to stop them. Baal is still out on the mountain looking for something, but I know not what. All of the elders, save Nilathak, sacrificed themselves to place a protective ward around Harrogath. Some of us here, certainly Nilathak, do not appreciate your presence. We are a proud people, and it is not easy for us to accept aid. I, however, am glad you are here. If you need healing or a potion, please come to me. See Lorzuk for weapons, armor, and repairs. Nilathak, despite his disposition, may be of some assistance with other wares. Finally, Qualkek, our man-at-arms, leads Harrogath's remaining forces against Baal. Perhaps you have heard the accounts of my son's horrible death at the hands of Baal's minions. He was my last living child. The oath of compassion I have taken as a healer extends only to humankind. Cut them down, warrior. All of them.
I am amazed to find this place so untouched. Everything else in the path of Baal, the Lord of Destruction, lies in ruin. These barbarians must indeed be the legendary guardians of Mount Ariat. They are a proud, hardy people. Don't expect to be greeted warmly. Strangers here rarely are. Perhaps I can gain their trust. I'll spend some time with the townsfolk and try to understand them better. I'll let you know what I discover. Though these barbarians are known throughout the kingdoms as ferocious fighters, they are also capable of great compassion. They have trained throughout history, for a battle their legends foretell will decide the fate of the world.
I am Qualkek, the senior man-at-arms of Harrogath. You have the look of a warrior. An extra soldier will be useful, but don't expect anyone to mourn if you get yourself killed. Bale is true to his namesake. He has ravaged through our lands like a merciless plague. The protective ward laid down by our lost elders helps hold the evil at bay. But Bale's siege has taken its toll all the same. Most of my men are now dead. Others are trapped in the mountain passes. But I swear we are not beaten yet. We will fight to the end to protect this mountain. We have lost many well-trained warriors to Bale's siege machines. Their range is great, though they are vulnerable if you close the distance quickly enough.
Well, well, an assassin. While I am sure we are all grateful for your presence in our troubled town, you need not have made the journey. I can personally say that your skills are not required here. You would serve your clan better elsewhere. I have long been criticized, but especially of late, since the deaths of my fellow elders. Through it all, I have learned one thing. Each man must do what's right, no matter what others may think.
If you're here to defeat Bale, you must prove it. As we speak, Harrogath is under siege by Bale's demons. Catapults rain death just outside the town walls. Bale himself travels up the sacred mountain, having left in charge here one of his most vicious generals, Shank, the Overseer. A ruthless taskmaster, he lashes his own minions into suicidal frenzies on the battlefield. If you wish to prove yourself to us, destroy the monster Shank that commands those infernal catapults outside Harrogath. If you manage to do this, return to me. Legend has it that the top of Mount Ariat is guarded by the spirits of our ancestors. Though our people are forbidden to climb to the mountain's summit, some foreign travelers have made the attempt. None have ever returned.
How may I be of help? Qualkek and his men have been fighting to break the siege for some time. Where many have failed, you may succeed.
Yes, warrior? About to face Shank the Overseer and stop the siege, are you? You should ask Mala to perform your last rites before you go, stranger.
Good day. I believe that stopping the siege on Harrogath is the only way for you to earn the trust of these people.
What? After so many have died, who are you to think you can accomplish what our proud warriors could not?
You'll pay for your atrocities, Bale.
You're an even greater warrior than I expected. Sorry for underestimating you. As a token of my appreciation, I will craft sockets into an item of your choosing. And from now on, you'll get the best price for all my wares. What do you need? Demonic forces have been using our own towers and barricades against us. You know, it would be wise to cut the demons down in the open before they can mount those fortifications.
Salutations. Be cautious, warrior. Though I am an experienced healer, resurrection is beyond my powers.
Stay a while and listen. It is my belief that the Soul Stones are at the center of this conflict. If only that fool Marius had not intervened, Baal would still be imprisoned within Tal Rasha.
My concerns have turned to my men taken prisoner on the battlefield by Baal's demons. I hate to think what's happened to them. As you journey up the mountain, keep your eyes open for my soldiers and bring them back to me if you can. Larzik is a talented blacksmith, but his head is full of some strange ideas. Just the other day, he came to me with a plan to break the siege. He wanted to fill large pipes with exploding powders and steel balls. Then, well, like I said, strange.
I know firsthand that captivity is a sad fate for a man. Find them quickly.
What? The demon hordes have grown powerful beyond measure, aided by our foolish mistakes. But I may have found a way to correct those mistakes. You have proven you can take life, warrior. But can you save it as well?
I crafted the swords and armor for Qualkek's men. They were like brothers to me. I can't imagine the pain they must be suffering. Save them if you can.
Qualkek's men have been imprisoned for some time. They are certain to be tired and weak. You must protect them once you free them.
I need money.
Let us out!
Follow me.
Thank you for rescuing my men. They have spoken well of your bravery in battle. Perhaps there is hope for us after all. If you wish, you may hire some of my mercenaries that you saved. And please, take this set of runes. I had been saving them for a socketed shield, but I think you'll make better use of them. Be sure to set them in the right order for their fullest effect. Larzik is a talented blacksmith.
Good day.
Afternoon. I've offered Qualkek my ideas on how to break the siege, but he dismisses them. Is it because I lack scars of battle? Or does he think I'm a couple arrows short of a quiver?
There is a matter which I hesitate to share, but I believe you are the only one who can help me now. Anya, the young alchemist and daughter to one of our slain elders, has been missing for some time. She is a strong, crafty woman with a spirit like no other. One night, just before your arrival, I overheard her and Nilathak arguing about her father's death. The next morning, she was gone. Nilathok has his own tale as to where she went and why. Don't believe him. I fear he's at the root of her disappearance. Please, if you can, search for Anya and bring her back to us. She'll know what to do about Nilathok. I pray for the day when the fields are covered in snow, unstained by the blood of our own. Perhaps that day will come soon. Perhaps never. But I forget myself. How may I aid your quest?
You've become a hero to this town, my friend. The shadows have lifted ever since you brought the light to Harogoth. I would listen to Mala. Nilathok speaks with a venomous tongue and acts as if the entire weight of this town rests upon his shoulders. Perhaps there is more going on here than we know. I have spent decades trying to understand the forces at work in this world. But in the face of all that is transpiring, I realize how meager my knowledge is. I will be of assistance where I can, my friend.
What is it? Larzik is a talented... Anya's father, Ast, was our wisest elder. He was killed along with the other elders who erected the ward that protects the city. The ward has kept Baal's demons out of Harogoth, but at a costly sacrifice. Nilathok, on the other hand, was the only elder to escape the demons. Somehow, he alone managed to find sanctuary, while the others died around him. Ever since that day, Nilathok and Anya have been at odds.
I've offered Qualkek my... Anya is an amazing alchemist, especially for her young age. As long as I've known her, she's never let anything stop her from pursuing what she believed in. I wouldn't doubt that Nilathok is involved. Ever since her father died, they haven't gotten along.
Not enough money. Not enough money. I need money.
Hero, Nilathok did this to me. If you've come to help me, my only hope lies with Mala. Please, tell her you found me.
So, that snake Nilathok was behind Anya's disappearance, and he trapped her with a freezing curse. Here, take this potion to Anya and give it to her. That should release her. Thank you so much for bringing Anya back to us. I have devised this spell to increase your resistances as a token of my thanks. I know it isn't much, but I hope you find it helpful. Please, go talk to Anya. She has urgent news concerning Nilathok.
Yes?
You have proven yourself a true hero to me and my people. These are dark times, warrior. I hope you can bring an end to Baal's reign of destruction. Our Council of Elders is gone, my father Ast among them. The one thing that keeps us from total despair is the promise of vengeance against Baal. Thank you, hero, for rescuing me. To show my personal gratitude, I give you this. I had it custom made for you by Larzuk. Nilathak told me he struck a deal with Baal to protect Haragath. In exchange for the demon's mercy, the misguided fool plans to give Baal the relic of the ancients, our most holy totem. Doing so will allow Baal to enter Mount Ariat unchallenged by the ancients. I tried to stop Nilathak, but he imprisoned me in that icy tomb. Nilathak must be stopped before he dooms the whole world. As much as I would love to strangle the life out of him, I'm afraid I haven't the strength. You must go to his lair through this portal I've opened, kill him, and then bring back the relic of the ancients. Stop Nilathak from destroying what we have striven for eons to protect. Good evening. I am truly glad you are here, warrior. Perhaps things would be different now if we had asked for assistance from the neighboring kingdoms. Our foolish, foolish pride.
Regretfully, I know very little about this relic. However, if what the others say is true, then Baal must not gain possession of it. Stop Nilathak before all is lost.
Evening.
During my time with the Horodrim, we often debated the nature of Mount Ariat. We knew that the barbarian clans zealously guarded the mountain as their sacred duty. However, many dismissed their zeal as simple superstition, combined with an inborn hostility toward outsiders. Those Horodrim who trekked up Ariat were never heard from again. Still, I do not believe they died at the hands of barbarians.
I saw Nilathak leave town just before you found Anya. He must be held accountable for his criminal deeds. Find him and bring him back if you can. Likely he won't come willingly, and you'll be forced to kill him. So be it. This is unlike any battle I have ever fought. While we ration food and water, the demon hordes feast nightly on the flesh and blood of our dead.
How may I be of help? With the exception of Qualkek, the townspeople do not see what I see. The massacre we face. Our bravest, strongest heroes hobble back to me begging for help. I do what I can, healing and bandaging some, preparing the others for what lies beyond. With the exception... My worst fear has come true. Nilathak has gone mad. You must stop him before he gives the relic to the Lord of Destruction.
At your service. Every day, one of my friends dies fighting outside the town walls, while I tend my anvil here unscathed. If only we didn't need weapons so badly, I could be out doing my share of the fighting. Good luck to you, warrior. Now, rescuing Anya, that's good. Talking to me while Nilathak hands over the relic to Baal, that's bad.
I should have known. Dark mages are all alike, obsessed with
You have stopped Neelathok, but he didn't have the relic. He must have already given it to Baal. Now Baal will not be tested when he reaches Ariat's summit. Damn Neelathok. I do thank you for trying, though. Please, allow me to honor your courage by magically inscribing your name onto an item of your choosing. It's the least I can do.
Greetings.
Every time I hear of you, warrior, your deeds become more legendary. But take heed. You are approaching the very summit of Mount Ariat. I have never dared venture there. It is sacred, our most holy place. The legends say it is guarded by the Ancient Ones, who block the path of all who are unworthy. Your reputation here does not matter. It will be the Ancients who determine your worthiness. Good luck. We have lost many well-trained warriors to Baal's siege machines. Their range is great, though they are vulnerable.
All users of the magical arts know of Mount Ariat, but few understand its true nature. It is the nexus of an unfathomable magic. It bodes ill that the Lord of Destruction races to its summit with such purpose. I fear for the whole world should Baal gain what he seeks. A test of mettle is a fitting rite of passage for a barbarian hero.
Good morning. You have stopped Neelathok. You wouldn't have to test yourself against the Ancients if it weren't for Neelathok's treachery. He was a fool and deserves to suffer for eternity. Our people believe that the Ancients protecting Mount Ariat have the power to stop Baal. Unfortunately, the Lord of Destruction has shown great power to undermine our faith.
What do you need? What does Baal plan to do inside Mount Ariat? Every night, I've prayed to the Ancients to bring us peace, and now you must fight them. Who shall I pray to now, warrior? Has that infernal howling been keeping you awake at night, too? Some think it's the howling of animals, but those sounds don't come from any beast I've ever known.
Good evening. So the relic is lost. Do not dwell on failures past. It is your future that matters more. By reaching the summit, you cease being just a simple warrior. When you come back, you will be far more. On the battlefield, turning your back on even the dead is unwise.
I shall prove worthy.
We are the spirits of the Nephilim, the Ancient Ones. We have been chosen to guard sacred Mount Ariat, wherein the world's stone rests.
Few are worthy to stand in his presence.
Fewer still can comprehend its true purpose.
Before you enter, you must defeat us. Baal, the Lord of Destruction, is already inside.
The Archangel Tyrael has always been our benefactor, but even he cannot help us now. For Baal blocks Tyrael's spiritual presence from entering the chamber of the World of Stone. Only you, mortal, have the power to defeat Baal now. Baal threatens the World's Stone, and through it, the mortal realm itself. You must stop him before he gains full control of the sacred stone. With it under his control, Baal could shatter the boundaries between this world and the burning hells, thus allowing the hordes of the primevals to pour forth into the mortal realm like an unstoppable tide. If you are weak, the world as you know it could be lost forever. You must not fail.
You have proven yourself to these people. They look to you as their warrior, their champion. Beware, Baal grows stronger with every passing moment.
Besting the ancients in battle is a mighty feat indeed. I hope this means you're ready to battle Baal. We have lost many...
You stand before me a worthy hero, and on you rests the last hope of our people. Bear it well, warrior. Many outsiders believe that the fantastic stories about our ancestors, the ancients, are but fables. However, I believe that the ancients were more than human, that mankind has fallen from what it once was.
The ancients have honored you, and in turn, so do we. I have no remaining doubts about you now. Has that infernal howling been...
I knew the ancients would find you worthy of Mount Oriet's secrets. Now, stop Baal before he destroys all that is sacred.
evil brotherhood is no more.
Hello. I am impressed, Morton. You have overcome the greatest challenge this world has ever faced and defeated the last of the prime evils. However, we are too late to save the World Stone. Baal's destructive touch has corrupted it completely. Given enough time, the World Stone's energies will drain away, and the barriers between the worlds will shatter. The powers of hell will flood into this sanctuary and eradicate your people and everything you've labored to build. Therefore, I must destroy the corrupted World Stone before the powers of hell take root. This act will change your world forever, with consequences even I cannot foresee. However, it is the only way to ensure mankind's survival. Go now, mortal. I have opened a portal that will lead you to safety. May the eternal light shine upon you and your descendants for what you've done this day. The continued survival of mankind is your legacy. Above all else, you've earned a rest from this endless battle.
Seguro será